Foibles in the airport because something similar happened to me a number of years ago. I was traveling with most of my staff. We were celebrating our 10th anniversary at the time. This is pre-9/11. And to celebrate our anniversary, took the entire company and their families to Disney World to celebrate. And so we went to the airport. We had chartered 3 aircraft, flying 3 727s. So I show up at the airport with about 150 staff members to board a plane dedicated just to us. And I realized when I got to the counter that I left my wallet home and didn't have any ID. And I had 150 staff members all trying to convince the airline that I was really me and they should let me on board. And the woman behind the counter wasn't hearing any of it. She wouldn't take anybody's word for it. This was pre-9/11, so things weren't all that big a deal on airport security at the time. So one of my staff got the great idea of running to the airport bookstore, buying one of my books, bringing it to the counter, and holding it in front of her, because unlike David's books, my face is on the cover of the book. Which might explain why my books don't sell as well as David's. So, here's my face, and here's my book, and here's me, and here's 150 people telling her it's me, and she said, "That's really remarkable." No. So, I ended up having to delay the flight. I ran home, got my ID, and that was in pre-9/11. So, David, you're right. It doesn't do any good to flash books of yourself in front of an audience that does know. Advisor, we're now managing about $8 billion in assets, and our clients know how to read. But what is fascinating is even though our clients are educated, they are upperly mobile, they are middle class and upper middle class, sometimes high net worth, they are literate, but when it comes to personal finance, they are as illiterate in many cases as those who literally cannot read. And that is why I have made it the mission of our organization, now almost 25 years we've been in business, of focusing on financial education and financial literacy. And I do a lot of work with the American Savings Education Council, the Jumpstart Coalition for Personal Finance Literacy, the Employee Benefit Research Institute, National Endowment for Financial Education, a wide variety of other organizations as well. 2 of my books have been named Book of the Year by the Institute for Financial Literacy, and we spend an awful lot of time through my radio and television shows, our website, newsletter, the 7 books that I've written, hundreds of seminars annually around the country, all focused on one fundamental issue, teaching people about money. We know the problem. People are not taught financial subjects in school. 93% of Americans say they believe money should be taught in schools, and yet only 4 states